How's it going? My name is Jumpy. Today I'm going to talk about the 2009 Australian movie, The Loved Ones. This is my 50th full review video. I didn't originally have anything special planned, but I have a lot of movies to watch. Like, I want to see Charulata, the Paranormal Activity series, and I Knew Her Well. But I picked The Loved Ones to watch, and I immediately noticed a parallel between it and the very first movie I ever reviewed, Rest Stop. They're both horror movies that I knew about for a very long time before I finally got around to seeing. At the start of The Loved Ones, a high school kid who likes metal music named Brent is driving his dad around. There's someone walking in the middle of the road, and Brent swerves to avoid hitting them, and he crashes into a tree. His dad dies in the accident. The movie then jumps ahead 6 months. It's now the day of the end of the school year dance, just like in Cabin Fever 2. An awkward girl named Lola asks Brent to the dance, but he already has plans to go with his girlfriend Holly. He's not even rude or anything, and it's not his fault for seeing someone else. Lola doesn't take it well and peeps on Brent and Holly together in a car like she's Mr. Truck from Rest Stop. Another parallel with that movie. After he goes home and argues with his mom, Brent goes out for a walk with his dog, and he listens to his heavy metal. He has a Charulata things on his mind, and a man knocks him out with chloroform on a rag. I had no idea going into this that the girl was going to have any help kidnapping and torturing the boy. Well, it turns out that this man is Lola's father, and he takes Brent back to his home. Brent wakes up tied to a chair at a table in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre homage. Unlike in that movie, this room is decorated with a disco ball, a banner, and streamers. The family at the table obviously includes Lola and her father, but there's also a woman they call Bright Eyes, who doesn't talk or move around much and is reminiscent of Grandpa from TCM. Despite the awful situation, I bet when metalhead Brent hears the words Bright Eyes, he thinks to himself, "Blind Guardian, heck yeah." Lola wants to have her own dance and torture Brent, but he's not blinded by fear of life. He wants to escape. Put simply, I liked this one. It gets pretty fucked up and gross in ways I'm not going to give away. I will say that the torture scenes weren't as graphic as I was expecting. The movie doesn't need to show more than it does, and it never felt like it was toned down. It's effective because the scenes are so uncomfortable and everything looks like it hurts. I really like Robin McLeavy's performance as Lola. She's unpredictable and scary, and there's some fun dark comedy and silliness that made me laugh. But it never took away from the horror of the situation. There are a few suspenseful and creepy moments that worked, and I was on board with the twists the story took. Brent has people looking for him, but he needs to do a lot on his own. His dad's ghost doesn't show up to help him. This isn't Paranormal Activity, The Loved Ones. It does, however, threaten to turn into a Saw movie a couple times, with the camera work and editing getting chaotic. It works in those movies, but The Loved Ones didn't need it, and it stood out in a bad way to me as feeling out of place and like it's just imitating something else. Other than that, I think the visuals are fine. Whether it be an extreme close-up, or when a moment is stretched out with slow motion for either comedic or dramatic purposes. Those are good. Another thing I like is showing how Brent and his mother deal with the car accident 6 months prior. It helps ground the movie. One scene early on is that Holly just got her driver's license, and Brent's mom doesn't want him riding around with her because she's new to driving and prefers he takes a cab. And it's a short argument, but it's really sad and well done. And I need to mention Brent's friend Jamie and the girl he takes to the dance, Mia. Mia is played by Jessica McNamee, who I didn't realize until now is a Jumpy Movie Reviews regular. She played Statham's ex-wife in The Meg, and Rachel McAdams' sister in The Vow. But I knew her well as Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat. I like that movie, and as soon as I rewatch it, I'll check out the sequel, and I might do a video. Back to The Loved Ones. The movie cuts between Brent and what he's doing, the search for Brent involving his mother and Holly, and also Jamie and Mia's night. Jamie and Mia's night has some funny bits in it, and it's awkward in a different way than Brent and Lola's night. But there are similarities too, like both have their pictures taken by the girl's parents. The juxtaposition is amusing. I like the connections between the characters, which I'm not going to spoil either. And there are some decent setups and payoffs, which is something else I remember thinking about when I watched Rest Stop. The Loved Ones is only 84 minutes long, with 5 minutes of end credits. You're in and out very quickly, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a messed up and weird movie that will make you feel awful, but also laugh at times. I'm giving The Loved Ones a 6 out of 10. It's not for everyone, and I don't think it's absolutely essential viewing for the rest of you. But I'm glad I finally got to see it. I don't have any big complaints. I think it's good at what it's trying to do, and I like the movie. I'm just not quite enthusiastic enough about it to give it a 7. As always, thanks for watching and take care.